Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a little bit of a Tech Tuesday and it's a little different than usual. I've had a few incidents where I didn't get my bolt back on my crossbow after I made a shot, and therefore I actually invested in something new that I'm going to try to see if I can set in, and that is the Breadcrumb technology. Breadcrumb is actually a nock that goes into the back of the arrow like you have any other nock, and this is actually for a micro 360 takedown crossbow, and this is Bluetooth technology with the tracking device as well on the map. So when you get the other nock out, which looks a little bit like this, show you how it goes like that arrow here is just a lighted nock, which is kind of fun. If you follow my videos, you can probably see them actually also when I use them. Very efficient. This thing here is really good. It's a fabric mounted one, actually from the factory, and it's got a, as you can see here now, that's actually the broadhead that's on it. I can take that off of course, but this is the Spitfire broadhead, and this is what I'm going to go ahead and change. So this nock here is a flat end and a lighted nock that I'm going to take out. And the easiest way to do that is, well, it can be difficult if you haven't tried it before, because they are really tough to get out. So what you do is you boil a little bit of water, and that's important. So here we got some water boiling, and basically what you do is, this is already loose, but you put it down like this and you heat it up, and then you go ahead and loosen the glue that's inside of it. You also expand the carbon on the arrow, and then you use a small pair of pliers like this one, and you kind of just use this as well, and you pull that apart, and then it will come out nice and dandy just like this. And now when you get it apart like that, now you have a complete arrow here. Of course it's out of balance and everything else, so right now we'll have to go ahead and mount the new set that I want in there. So my new set is going to be this bolt cutter from Excalibur. I'm just taking it out basically, and this is 150 grain to get a forward of gravity basically set up here. So that's going to be the new set, and then in the end here I'll put in the new Breadcrumb that I have here as well. It's a 0.300 flat, because I had a flat to start with, as you can see here in this one, and that is actually the technology that we're going to try out. Now how does it work? Well, you go ahead and get a small app that you download from the internet, and you can track it up to 50 yards. When you shoot it, it's gonna actually give you a blue light in the bottom when it's actually attached in there. You also have on the thing itself a sound, so you can actually activate the sound by your phone, or you can track in on a map and find your arrow. I lost recently an arrow inside an animal. I never recovered the animal, and I know it's out there somewhere. Maybe with this I would have been able to recover it faster and also safely that way. So stay tuned, and we'll see if we can get this thing all sorted out in about another few minutes. We'll have this installed over here, and we should be ready to go ahead and try it out. So here it's installed. I pushed it a little bit here in to make sure it comes in. As soon as it comes in and actually reaches contact inside of it, then you'll see one light flashing up here. Now to check it if it's going to be armed, I'm just going to go ahead and test it before I actually put the heat shrink on. So pressing that button once, going to go and make it flash once, and that means that the arrow nock is now armed. Once, and a flash, it's armed. Let's see if it works with the accelerometer. There you go. So this is how it's going to look like whenever you shoot it. Now when you find it and you want to arm it again, you just press the button once, and now it's armed again, and there you go. That's how it works. It's also transmitting the Bluetooth signal right now, so you can find your arrow on your phone. Now to turn it off, you just make it black first to make sure it's armed, and then you just hold the button in for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. 3 flashes comes up, and now it's turned off. That's how it works. This is now going to get the heat shrink on here, and make sure you don't get over on top of the other part here, because it's not going to work otherwise, but it's just to keep everything in place. So I'm going to use a little bit of heat. I'll use my soldering iron to put that on, and then it's going to be fine. See here now, the heat shrink is actually installed, keeping the battery in place and proper contact as well. A little bit hot at the moment. Put it back in here, and you can use that little tap there to make sure, or the contactor, that you're actually changing it the same way as you would on the other ones. It's kind of hard to see which way it's going to be, but I can see I have it in between the quill mark like this. So when I can see the quill mark, I'm going to point that one upwards, because I want to make sure it just doesn't go into the rail whenever it comes. So it has that in between there like this. Then it should be the same kind of gravity that I'm looking at, forward center. There we go, and this is now installed. Let's go for the next one. So basically I activated this. After 30 seconds it starts flashing. I open up the Breadcrumb app here, and as you see here, now it's actually deployed on the device, and now I'm just going to have to give it a number. So we'll call it crumb 1 or something, or arrow 1, and see how it goes from there. Well, here I've checked the forward center of my arrows, or bolts. They look like this, and it looks like right here on this edge, that's basically where I have my center of gravity on the arrows, with a fully equipped 150 grain Excalibur broadhead, the bolt cutter, and then with the Bluetooth nocks over here as well. So I think that's going to be great. Now I'm going to compare it. I'm going to put one of the old arrows on there just to see where that is with what I shot with before was actually a Spitfire. And I'm going to put that in with the lighted nock just to see approximately where that center of gravity is. So here's the center of gravity on my original hunting arrow, which is this one. It is a little bit longer down here. It's got a different grain size as well. However, it's a little bit shorter up here. We're not even talking a quarter of an inch, not even, maybe a lot less than that actually. But if you look at it arrow wise, the center of gravity is a little bit, I would say, further forward on the original one. However, I got more momentum in these three over here. I think I'm not going to be way off on the shooting picture and the ballistics when I go through the shooting range, but it's definitely worth the try. Bear in mind that the Bluetooth knock up here is actually a little bit heavier than that. This is about 40, I think about some 40 grains, where this is only about 20. So I'm adding weight to the arrow or the bolt up here, but I'm also adding weight to the bolt down here to make sure it stays in the same balance. That should give me the same flight when I actually go out and shoot the arrow off. So let's go to the shooting range and try it out and see how it looks like. Hi, so as you can see, we're back out in the shooting range. We're going to try the archery range now to check out those Bluetooth arrows. So we'll check the tracking device and everything else. They should be ready for it. So let's see how it looks like. I hope you can hear me. It does require a little bit of earplugs out here. We'll put them in now, and then we'll see how it goes. Where we're going is right here on the archery range, as we normally do, and we're going to go ahead and zero in the reticles, and then we're going to go ahead and start shooting at the target. So let's go ahead and have a bit of fun. Let's see how accurate these new bolts they are. Let's do 30 yards here and see what happens. Let's see, 30. Let's range first. Here's the ranging. And it goes 30. There we are. Then let's take a shot. I'll say that's pretty close. Let's go ahead and have a look at it down there. Well, I've just changed the phone to the next one here, and so far it doesn't scan it anywhere. But anyway, let's go down and have a look at the shot. The shot is actually looking like it's okay. The precision is probably my own fault that I'm a little bit off here to the 7 o'clock position compared to center. But I'm quite happy with it as is right now. So it flies quite okay. The bolt, as you can see here, I don't know if you have it get the camera to focus here maybe. Kind of hard, but right there, the bolt is within range now, as you can see. It sees it and senses it. Let's have a look at it. It goes close. Okay, it goes close, but it should actually go very close because I'm standing right next to it right now. It is actually, as you can see here now as well, on top of it, and it is flashing, as you can see. So, and it also, well, now it sees it as very close. It might be the phone, I'm not 100% sure, it could be. But anyway, this is how it works. Now, if I go ahead and want to get the light on here, let's see if I can hold the camera while we're doing it. There we go. This should give you light. I thought it was a steady light, but it's not. It's still just flashing, as you can probably see. So I was wondering if that's the way it's supposed to work. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, let's hear the music on it if we can. This one comes out with 3 or 4 beeps. That's it. I'll try again. That's it. Yeah, it's very, I can hear it. It's a high pitched tone, but it's not really a lot. So I would have expected it to be better. Now the light's turned off. Let's turn the light on again on this one here. See, now the light starts flashing. So basically the controllability of the arrow is correct. It works according to specs as well. However, the sound that comes out with it, I wouldn't say that that's a lot. It could have been a lot better. So let's try it again. Let's go down and have a look. See, I just shut this off. It's the number 1 bolt that I have here, and I'm actually about 10 yards away from the arrow, and I have no signal. I'm walking down towards the arrow, sitting right there, and now I'm down to 7 yards, and now it picks it up. So it says it's close, but with 2 signals. As I go closer, now we're in 5 yards. So you have an idea about where your arrow or your bolt is, but you might not have a direct indication of where it is. So of course you can put on the lights here as well if you want to, if not already turned on, or you put the sound on here as well, but I'm not 100% sure you can actually hear it. If I go ahead and try that now, I have to press. It's kind of hard to do, but now right now it's actually on the shooting range. I cannot hear it at all, and that's basically where I'd say this is not good enough for me. So let's shoot it in. So it's shot in for 60 yards, and I'll just use the light and turn that on and off as it actually works best. So I'll have to say a little bit disappointed in the sound, a little bit disappointed in the Bluetooth range itself, because it literally has to be on top of the arrow in order to say that it is very close. And it actually has the sound on here too, and I can't hear it at all. It is flashing though, as you can see here. So that part is controllable. Let's go ahead and get the sound on. I hit the button now. Those small beeps, that's actually the sound from the arrow. So I have to say it could be improved on the sound. I know it's not much space they have in there, but it's definitely not a lot that comes out of it. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Okay, let's range it in to 30 first. There we go. Make sure it's high. Let's go ahead and zero it again. Okay, we're sitting kneeling this time, so it's got to be more floating crosshairs. I'd say that's pretty good. I would say that's center. Good enough for going work. I'm happy with it. That's going to be the end of it. A bullseye in the end. 30 yards, not bad at all. And then shot in on 60 down there and 20 as well. So we should be fine over 69. Perfect. So here we are coming out to the final shot. It's actually pretty good. That was the first one, so the adjustment right away for the zero reticle. This is the one we got right there. So I can't really complain. That's the end of the sighting in of the crossbow with the Bluetooth devices in the nocks. So I hope you enjoyed. I did. And now it's time to go home and get some water. It is hot. Just got out of the shooting range with the Excalibur with the Breadcrumb technology on there, Bluetooth technology on the nocks. Conclusion on what I would do, well, they are rather expensive, these nocks, I have to say, compared to what you get. You can actually get 3 lighted arrows, complete arrows basically, quill, which is the original as well, for your takedown bow or micro bow. For the same price, you'll actually save about 30 bucks to do that. However, I already have one of the nocks. That was the one I shot it in with on long distance, and then I took some quick shots there on 30. So total, I probably shot 10 shots, and already now the one arrow is not working. So I can't turn it on and I can't turn it off. So now I'm down to 2 arrows. The weight's still working, so I can still use it, but I will have no, it would be like having a no lighted nock or anything else, because I can't turn it on, I can't remotely turn it on, and I cannot turn off or get the sound on or anything like this. So basically it's only there because of the precision to keep the forward and center correct, and that's it. So that taken into consideration, I'd say it's a rather expensive hobby to invest in Breadcrumb technology. It's good if you can't find your game or you can't find your arrow when you're out there, but I would say I'm probably going back to Luminox, or at least illuminated nocks instead, because they do an absolute great job as well. So let's see if everybody else out there has any comments with regards to this. I'm more than happy to hear them. You can put them in the comment section below and I'll try to answer them as well. So far the app as well has a little bit of work to do. The idea is absolutely perfect and great, and for an active hunter that's out in the field all the time and a lot, it's really useful too. It is just the small finesses that needs to be maintained, that needs to be taken care of, and then I'm absolutely going to buy that product again. But for now, I don't think it's worth the amount of money it costs, and therefore you can save the money and get yourself a very nice set of arrows with a lighted nock that you know is going to work. The forward to center grain broadheads that I got, which is 150 grain this time, they shoot very well. The arrow flies very well, and those I'll definitely keep, because they seem to be doing an absolutely perfect job, and they definitely satisfy my needs in this respect. So I hope that concludes the video. Click the like, subscribe button, and I'll come back with another video next time. For now, it's time to do like a tree and leave. See you next time.